I've been working on the Liftmaster gate opener. It quit working a few days ago. When you would tell it to open, it would come open about a third of the way, slow down, and then the alarm would go off that it because it was meeting too much resistance. And the gate swung freely, so it was in this thing, and I suspected maybe the transmission in here was giving trouble, although you know, I replaced that transmission with out of another one, and it turned out to be okay. I re-lubed that, and what I figured out was the trouble was in the tube here. Inside the tube there's a long screw that runs out, and then there's a follower for that for this ram on that screw, and the follower was dragging inside this ram. Oh boy, we got a helicopter coming. Gonna wait for this helicopter to go by. Anyway, the follower in here stays on a track, so it can't turn. This tube has a slot cut in it on the bottom, and it fits into a boss on the bottom of this housing. And so what you got to keep in mind to take this apart, if your ram is retracted, that follower is all the way back here, and it keeps the tube from being able to lift off of that boss and out of here. And I had to figure this out on the go, and I really got messed up. So I ran that back out, and when the follower's out here, you can lift this right out of that, and then you can lube it. But once you have it off of the end of the transmission drive, then you can you can put grease and oil down in this tube. But anyway, I got messed up, and I got it out of time, because you've got limiting switches in here for forward and back, and those have got to be tuned to the ram. So anyway, I got it back together, and I hoped I was right, but I was 2 turns off. When this would run out all the way to the limit, it was open about 2 feet out there. So what I did is I ran it out, unhooked this, took my lid off of this, and I had to hold this up, and I rotated this 2 times so the ram would match up with my hole when this is closed. So if you take this apart, what you want to do is run that ram all the way out to the limit first. Then you can take this apart, get your ram tube out of the housing, swab some grease or thick oil down the length of this tube, and grease the screw. And don't turn this. don't turn the tube around the ram. Then you put it back together, and you'll still have it in time. If you get it out of time, what you've got to do is take this apart again with the ram out and rotate this until the hole in this matches up with the hole in your gate. And that's it didn't take too long, but it was kind of a pain to do. But if this gets draggy, if this is your problem, if that gets draggy on you, run it out all the way, unhook your cables. Your cable here, your cable for that thing goes into this plug. Of course, this cable comes up through the bottom here, but you pull that out. The plug has screws in the bottom to take each plug out. There's a color code. You see it has color codes there. Let me see. There we go. You can see color codes to match up to the colors of your wire. So you can take those, get them, and you have to pull the wires down through the plug one at a time. They won't all go through together. And you can carry this back to your shop and work on it in your shop, then come back out and feed these back, put them back in the plug, and you'll be done. Anyway, it works now. when I plug this in, there, the latch clicked. The gate opens. It's working fine. Yeah, it got draggy in that ram tube. It'll come all the way up here. There we go. Kisses it. Wait for it to settle. There it closed. Now I'm going to click it again. And there the gate goes shut. Gate goes shut, and you'll see the latch pop out there. There we go, the latch popped out, and it's just right. So that's how you do it. Before you service the screw in the inside of this ram, run your ram all the way out. Get everything unplugged. Take this to your shop. I just worked on the tailgate of the truck. When you take you have 6 T25 Torx screws holding that together. Take those out, this top lifts off, and all your workings are in the base. So, and with that out, you can lift the tube up off of that boss, get it out, and you'll be able to swab the inside of that with some grease and oil. And I used Teflon wheel bearing grease. I don't know if that's what they recommend, but it seems to work now. So good luck with your Liftmaster.